United States.
Number of Brian, I think you know, yeah, today. So like,
Get in front of the camera. I mean, I couldn't move it that way.
I'm Brian with the North Coast Journal and the Enterprise. And we are currently working on the Fortuna Rodeo program. So anybody that hasn't been contacted that's interested, we'll also be doing the programs for Expo, the Humboldt County Fair, and Pops and Humboldt, along with videos. Got a whole menu for you. For next.
And who'd you bring with you?
Pardon?
Who'd you bring with you?
This is Natalie, my coworker.
I have a worker.
You're right, I feel like it's playing me trick on you. You have to walk up there to get customers.
Yes, you do. Good morning.
Oh. I'm sorry, I guess I'm not in charge.
Do you have a separate agenda? You guys want to bring it up?
So,
Okay, well, great, that's a great lead in. Bob, would you like to talk about chili cook-off? I think that would be, yeah, I think come up here, okay?
so this is the camera?
Yes.
Is it on?
Somebody just smoked at their coffee.
Chili cook-off. I mean, it's always an old guy, right? Hello, this isn't working. So chili cook-off is just around the corner, like July 11th. So tell your friends, have them get their applications in. Chili is the one edible substance on earth that's completely COVID free. So we'll help eradicate COVID. We'll walk down with chili cook-off. Please have your friends and neighbors come. The applications are online at the chamber website. We do accept vendors, a very limited number of vendors, because people are getting free stuff, so sales opportunities are a little bit limited, but you can talk to Renee, she'll tell you about that. The rules are part of the application process. They haven't changed this year at all, really. We cleaned them up a little bit, but other than that, it's the chili cook-off you know and love. So please apply, encourage your friends to
Attend.
attend and cook some chili.
Yeah.
I think I guess I don't feel like we're late starting, but it's been a quiet couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So ask people if they're gonna have a booth this year, and let's get on the main street and have some fun. Boom.
Be there. Be there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Renee, would you like to pronounce? She's not available backwards.
I mean, keep the camera refocused. And the
There's gonna be left of they've all.
the chili COVID comments are not endorsed by the Fortuna Chamber of Commerce. Those are the opinion of the speaker. Yeah, so okay, I don't have to talk about chili cook-off. So in your correspondence folder is a sign-up sheet for the rodeo. We help them get volunteers. The rodeo is a huge event, as you all know, and it's only really made possible by a bevy of volunteers. So you can pour beer, you can do beer ticket sales, front door sales or front gate sales, ticket takers, etc. So put your name and phone number, best contact number in there if you are available. Tomorrow, June 14th at 5 p.m. is the ribbon cutting for White Circle Commerce, right across the street. Harry Harden and his partner Shannon Burns will have an open house following the ribbon cutting. So hope to see you. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. This Wednesday, we have our June mixer with Fresh on Main Street. We'll be partying inside and outside on their back patio. Mixer starts at 5:30. We'll have door prizes. Bring your business card to win a door prize or bring a prize for somebody else. Also, something for business owners with employees, so not sole props, to be on the watch for. There may be a minimum wage increase due to provision in the state's existing minimum wage law to accelerate the minimum wage when inflation exceeds 7%. Inflation recently hit a 40-year high at 8.5%. Inflation data will not be available and will not be finalized, until this summer, but projections indicate that the minimum wage increase is almost certain. This would mean that large employers could go to $15.50 per hour, with small employers jumping from $14 to $15.50 on January 1st. So small employers had a year longer to get up with the larger employers, so the jump isn't as big for larger employers as it could be for the small employers. We'll put out additional information as soon as it's available. And then next week, our program will be Humboldt County Growers Alliance with Natalie DeLapp. She's going to update us on the cannabis market and the falling prices and how that may impact some of our Fortuna businesses who have in the past enjoyed sales revenue from our cannabis farmers. So that's next week, and with that, I will go back to Tracy.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Go ahead, Aiden. I'm not, I'm like, wow.
So we're trying to get the fireworks festival going again with all the events at Pittsburgh Park. We still need volunteers, a lot of volunteers, and we still need money. So the letter went out pretty late. We should probably all be getting them this week if we were on the list. So if we don't get enough funding, we'll have to pull back our show from a $15,000 show to a $10,000 show, but I need to let fireworks people know if we're going to do that. So anyway, we need volunteers and money.
And contact you.
Yeah, you can contact me. I think the letters have some email information. There's also a FortunaFireworks.com page on Facebook. There's an email and FortunaFireworks.com, and then there's a Facebook, Fortuna Fireworks Festival. So yeah, we need help. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I have Unveiled Studio. I have on Friday the 24th, a ladies night happening. Tickets are $20. It includes, we're doing the bar trivia, raffles, refreshments, light snacks by Fresh on Main. I'm announcing my beach sessions, and I'll have on the low swimwear there for a pop-up selling the swimsuits to correlate with it. So it's gonna be a really fun, beachy summer ladies night. So yeah. And I have flyers if you guys want one.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Okay, well, we have a guest here. Leanne Langston, the outreach specialist from the Area 1 Agency on Aging Program. Come on. I'm also gonna not do the camera thing, but I thought that was really good. That's what my reader wants, like, getting that age where I can't see anything.
Thank you so much for having me. It's hard to believe that it's been over 2 years since I last did my presentation with you. I was fairly new with the Ombudsman program, and now I've been with them for 3.5 years. And I absolutely love it. She already introduced me, so I'm Leanne. My technical position is I am the long-term care Ombudsman volunteer coordinator and media outreach specialist. And believe it or not, they got it to fit on a name tag. So my position is to coordinate with our existing volunteers, do community media outreach, which I also do advertise with the Northwest Journal, as well as recruit new volunteers to the program. Okay, I'm here to present what the Ombudsman program is and what we do, hoping that you can share the information with the community. My goal is that everyone in Humboldt and Delmar will know what an ombudsman is. I usually say I'm an ombudsman, and I get this point, and if I say I'm an advocate, they pretty much figure out what it is, but we don't have the ability to change the name. The long-term care ombudsman program was created in the mid-1970s to advocate for the rights and needs of long-term care residents. We operate in all 50 states, and every state has an office of the state long-term care ombudsman to guide statewide efforts. In California, there are 35 local ombudsman programs that collectively cover all of the counties in the state. Our program serves residents in all skilled nursing and residential care facilities for the elderly from Crescent City all the way to Garberville. So all total, I advocate for over 300 plus residents. We are state mandated. Our role is to work on behalf of the resident and only with their consent to make sure they receive the care they deserve and are entitled to. Additionally, we are mandated to investigate suspected reports of elder abuse, which can be physical, financial, psychological, isolation, and neglect. Our mission is to advocate for the dignity, quality of life, and quality of care for all residents. Our long-term care setting right now includes 6 skilled nursing facilities and 15 residential care facilities. Unfortunately, during COVID, and due to staffing, we actually lost 2 of our facilities in the last 2 years. Many residents will not speak up due to either not knowing they have rights or what their rights are, or unfortunately fear of repercussion for saying something. So we can assist them in having a voice, or we can be their voice for them. We try to encourage them to speak up, but if they don't want to, then we can step in. We ensure their privacy at all times. If they don't wish to give us consent or wish to use their name when addressing a concern. So for example, if a resident feels they are being treated poorly by staff or by another resident, or they have concerns about their food, different things like that, but wish to remain anonymous, we can do things like ask other residents to see if they're having the same concern, and then we can go to the facility administrator and voice those concerns and still keep the residents' confidentiality. As well as we insist, excuse me, in helping them have a voice, and some of them do, when they want to announce their concerns and help them communicate with the staff. Whether the resident is in the facility for a short amount of time or they're going to be there until end of life, this is their home, and they should be treated the same way they would if they were still living in their own home. And we do our best to ensure that. Establishing a relationship with the residents and getting them to trust us so we can help them is critical. We frequent the facilities often so the residents get to know us and trust us. When complaints and concerns do arise, we attempt to work as a team to find a resolution that will work for all involved. We also work with the resident's family, the facility staff, local law enforcement, and adult protective services. We can attend care plan meetings if the residents want us to, keeping the lines of communication open, as well as the facilities have monthly resident council meetings. And we can speak to the residents in a group where they feel like safety in numbers, and they're more apt to open up and speak to us about their concerns. And all of our services are free. The residents don't pay us, the family doesn't pay us. Everything we do is free of charge. So I brought a friend. So some of you have already met her. We were actually given a sizable donation last year to where we could purchase these. And they are, I'm going to turn her on for a little bit. See if she wants to talk. Can you hear her? Yeah. Yes. She is moisture. She is motion and touch sensitive. She meows, her eyes move. She does pretty much everything a cat does, except you don't have to feed her and you don't need a litter box. So, but we have a lot of residents that are in memory care that have really shut down, especially during COVID when families couldn't come in. The only people they saw every day was staff. So yes, I know. Okay, I'm gonna hush her up right now. And I'm more than welcome to pass her around if you guys want to check her out. She's really cute. It's through a company called Joy for All. And you can find them on Amazon. They have all different kinds of kitties and they do have dogs. We found that the residents respond more to kitties because they're really lightweight, kind of like a baby. But we have residents that were not coming out of their rooms. They were not joining in community activities. A lot of our memory care residents were becoming combative. And so we came up with this idea and we actually were able to get enough funding to buy 38 of them. And so we were not only able to give them to the skilled nursing facilities, but we were able to give some to the residential care facilities, and they're theirs. I mean, they didn't have to pay for them. They're theirs. They go in with their belongings for as long as they want to keep them. The only thing you have to do is replace the batteries, and they're wonderful batteries last forever. So you don't have to replace them all the time. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we did lose some of the residents that had received some of these, but the families actually donated them back to the facilities, so other residents got to have them too. So if you guys are pretty interested in getting one of these for a loved one or child, they're on Amazon. They're great.
She knows now.
Yeah. And actually, what we did too is we also checked out, they do have them on Amazon that you can get them at a cheaper price. They usually run up to, these are about $140. But if you check on Amazon and you find them that come in damaged boxes, they pack these things really good. So the boxes might be a little dented, but you can get them for like under $100 if you don't mind that they come in a damaged box. Lastly, as always, we're looking for volunteers because our job is essential. It's important that we're able to get into the facilities and interact with our senior population. So if you are interested or if you know anybody that's interested, it's just a 12-hour commitment. And I have the information if you're interested. And that was it. Unless you had any questions, I did bring some handouts and I brought some little goodies. I brought some pens. The little round things are lip balm. Because I don't know if anybody else, but when you have to wear masks, your lips get really dry. And they're lightly coconut scented, so the guys are going to like them too. Anyway, that was it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think Global Maine wants one. Did you want to try it? Yeah. I'll bring She let the partner out and their office.
Okay, well, this is our lunch. Thank you to Fresh on Main for lunch today. Are you want to say something?
Yeah.
Go there.
So just to let everybody know, Fresh and Main is going to buy her tickets to give to residents.
Great. Thank you. Anything else? Any questions? Okay, well, have a great rest of your Monday. Thank you very much.